Two children were hurt after a school bus crashed into a playground in Minneapolis today. Police say just after 4 o'clock, a bus left the roadway and crashed into the playground at a child's community center in South Minneapolis. 3 kids on the playground at the time of the crash. 2 of them were transported to nearby hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries. Authorities say the 2 other children that were on the bus were not injured. It is unclear what led to the crash. An investigation is ongoing. Residents